As mentioned earlier, third grade is not too early to introduce students to roots, prefixes, and suffixes. Watch how these students use a matrix activity to learn how to work with the Latin root spec or spect, and discover how it can be combined with prefixes and suffixes to form new words.
You know, sometimes in third grade, when we look at and read and spell long words, we look at them with the syllable types. But we also can look at those by chunks of meaning. Those are called morphemes. Say that word with me. Morphemes. So a morpheme is a meaningful chunk in a word. And I'm excited because I've created some morphemes on this matrix here that I'd like to take a look at. And we can build words from these morphemes. Say that word again.
Morphemes.
Great. Please put your finger on this top morpheme. It's a root, okay, right in here. And can you read that with me?
Spec.
Spec. So spec means to see or to look. Like if I wear glasses, which I do sometimes, what's another word that you could call glasses that has spec in it? You ever heard of a word like that?
Spectacles.
Spectacles, there you go, yep. Yeah, so it's something that you would use to look at, to see, so spec. And the word, the root that's right underneath it with the T, can you point to that one right there and pronounce that? What is that, Cole? Spect, that's right. Both of these are roots. They are morphemes or meaningful chunks of a word that both mean to see or to look. So we're going to build some words with morphemes by putting a prefix or a suffix onto this. All these here are prefixes. Where does a prefix come? Before or after a root?
Before.
That's right. Pre gives us that little clue, right? So we have re. Want to read these with me? I'm sure you can. In. Pro.
Circum.
Good. Circum means to go around something, right? Yeah, okay, great. So we're going to put these prefixes on spec or spect, and then we're also, sort of like a puzzle, going to look at these morphemes. These are, well, if these are prefixes, what would these be called? Would they be called roots or suffixes?
Suffixes.
Yeah, that's right. So we're gonna put suffixes on these. So this is shun, id, if, or. So I'll show you how we can build a word with this, and Teddy's going to check us, though, to make sure we're building correct words. What if I were to do this? If I took in, and then I had spec, and then I added, oh, thank you, Kaylee. What do you want to add then? Go ahead.
Inspection.
Nice job. Inspection. So you have a little worksheet right down here, and you would write the prefix right on this first line. So everyone, please pick up your pencil. Okay. And Teddy, while you're in dictionary.com, I would like you to please take a look and look at inspection to make sure that that's a real word and that we understand its meaning. So in is your prefix on the first line, spec is your root, and shun is the, what do we call shun, Cole?
Suffix.
Nice job. And then the whole word gets spelled on that very last line. So we've built the word. Can you read that word here? Inspection. So Teddy, would you take a look at dictionary.com and see if inspection is a word? Have you heard that word before?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. And remember, spect means to see or to look at something, right? So Teddy's going to tell us what dictionary.com tells us about the word inspection. What do you see, Teddy?
Okay.
And thank you for being our researcher, by the way.
Especially carefully or critically.
Oh, okay. So especially carefully or critically looking at something? Is that right? Oh, okay, to look at something very carefully. Have you ever seen anybody do an inspection of something? Or does that sound like if you had an inspection, say I can think of one example. What if your parents said to you, I want you to be sure that your rooms are clean, and I'm going to come in a little later on and do an inspection. Can you all say that word? Inspection, to check it out and make sure that your room is clean, right? So that would be a good use of that word.